Basic use of a single converter with an EM field probe. Before switching on the converter, always check that the signal output connector is connected to a 50 ohms load. For that purpose, first unplug the 50 ohms termination and connect the converter to your 50 ohms digitizer thanks to a RF cable. Then you can plug the power cable on the converter rear panel. We strongly recommend to connect at the same time the ground cable delivered with your converter. Connect the opposite end to a good earth ground. You can now switch on your converter. Its operating system is based on Linux. Booting the system takes a few tens of seconds. If no probe is already plugged in the converter, then a message asking you to connect a probe is displayed on the screen. For connecting a probe, you have to unplug the dust caps on both probe connector and converter bulkhead connector. Align the probe connector with the one of the converter bulkhead and then rotate the lock ring to the stop. You have now to do the same operation for the probe USB key on which is engraved the probe serial number. Then the converter begins its auto-calibration procedure that may take a few tens of seconds. When finished, the screen displays the probe model, type and serial number with its actual antenna factor. To set your frequency of interest, click on the graph icon and then enter the frequency value thanks to the keyboard. To go back to the previous screen, simply click once again on the graph icon. You are now ready to make measurements. At the end of your measurement campaign, switch off the laser thanks to the toggle button on the top right of the screen. In order to shut down your system, you have to follow the previous steps in reverse order. First, disconnect the probe USB key and then disconnect the probe itself. Put the dust caps back on the different connectors and power down the converter. Now you can securely disconnect the digitizer RF cable and put the 50 ohms termination back on the converter signal output connector.